To be honest, all right, Churros, I think Team Evil really truly shines on the Kimi because now if once you relegate Vincent into something of a tank role, you need a more DPS. The more DPS comes in the form of the Kimi, and
Mm.
as of now in MLBB, there's no other majors fitting that role. If Coach Carrot were to draft a tanky jungle for Vincent once again, but maybe they may go for Hanzo this time around because don't forget Vincent can play the Hanzo, also acts as a pseudo tank. Don't forget.
Yeah, yeah. Just drawing out and baiting out all the crucial ultimates and resources
Yep.
away from
Yep. Yep.
Kingdom
Yep.
Esports. We're jumping into the draft as Coach DJ. First ban off the tables is Matilda. Target banning onto Powerful. I know he doesn't really like to play the Enchanters, but Powerful is still able to play the Enchanters. His hero pool is pretty wide, if you ask me. But on the other side, though, Evil might be looking out to ban the Kaleas, the
Mm-hmm.
Juicin, no, not the Juicin, um,
Baxia,
Baxias,
Lucas,
and Lucas. Yeah.
Suyu. Yeah, I personally feel like now you start to see a lot more red first phase bans onto the Baxia, right? Because MPL Singapore Season 9 this week, this today, we started to realize that a lot of these coaches are doing their homework, right? Baxia is just really strong on the first pick. I think that's something that Team Evo should look out for.
Yeah, I think Kingdom Esports are also looking for that. Unless they want to open up non off meta bans to deny it over from the side of Evil
Are
and then
you?
open up the box here for themselves.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Are you
maybe a
hint?
Fanny.
hmm Are you
Mhm.
hinting that Team Evil may go for a cheese pick? Because it feels like it. Because if you're red pick,
Yeah,
you love your cheese
yeah,
pick.
yeah. They're opening up the box, yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
actually, maybe giving up the Baxia might be interesting. But then you can't pick up a enchanter anymore because Baxia ultimately denies, and its core primary basis
True.
is just denies and disrupts the healing factor.
Yep.
Unless you go for a Florin, which mitigates that regenerative healing.
True.
Regenerative
True. True. Nah, it's more like the AoE stun.
counter,
AoE stun.
anti heal.
Yeah, it also works very well
I don't know how to
higher
call it.
booster, right? Like because like
Yeah.
your last minute heal basically throws off the calculation of assassin players as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you want to go for the last hit advantage, but then the heals actually is a double heal, by the way. So you have
hmm
that healing mitigation or anti-regen mitigation, as well as the extra heal coming in. If you have the favor, it's all over the map because it's global anyways.
Yep.
So you have the triple the heals coming in from that. The Kalea is still on the tables, and I think it was played to true success for the side of Evil, where Powerful
Hmm.
was picking that up as well. So might be able to go for that one if they give up the Baxia, but then the sustainable factor is in question, especially for Baxia versus Kalea
I
kind of
think
pick.
I think if you're opening up for a clear, I think if Team Evo is able to force a pick onto a clear, then I think Team Evo should open up the Baxia pick so that you force Kingdom Esports to make a decision, right? Um, do you go for the Baxia? If you go for the Baxia, sure, I will bring in the carry. I'll be able to deal with it, and then I don't draft more region. I draft more DPS. I draft more front lines, and I literally waste one pick while I don't burn off one ban. So that could be also one strategy that Carrot also go for.
Well, the ball's in the court of Kingdom Esports because right now they only have one band. They're opening
There
up
we go.
both Baxias as well as the Kimi. So pick one, trade the other. Kingdom Esports, what are they gonna go for?
Yep, Kalia is also on the table as well.
Mm,
FMM did play that as well, uh, albeit not to great success. But it's a prior pick that you really want to take away from Powerful because if Powerful can play the Cho, you can play the Kalia as well because technically both of these two heroes are very similar in terms of execution and what they do in the team fight.
yeah, I'm taking their time on this, and rightly so because this is gonna be a very tough pickup. You're
Mhm.
taking one, trading it for two. That's why the red side is
Yep,
generally more favored because yeah, I can
I
give up
love the red side.
one. I
I
can
love
give up
second
one
pick.
hero because I'm gonna take two anyways. So
Yep.
Kalea is getting picked up. If Evil picks up the box here right here, I feel like the Kalea is pretty. I wouldn't say useless, but more.
It's gonna nerf
It's
Kalia's
gonna nerf
healing.
Kalea's healing.
Right?
Yeah.
I think Baxia is just wide open for Evos to take. And apart from
Kimmy.
the Baxia as well, you can pick up a Kimi. So you have front liner for Kimi already, and instead no, they're gonna prioritize the Joy instead. This time around is gonna be Vincent going back onto the assassins.
Interesting. Interesting. Because I don't really feel like the Joy Baxia kind of works for the Prio pick because right now you have The Kalea being used up by FMM, who can target that Joy, who comes in with the rhythm of Joy, unless you go in and layer in your ultimates after you bait out
Mm-hmm.
the crucial Tsunami Slam away from Kalea. And that's, I think, what the Baxia is used for.
Mm-hmm.
On the other side, though, Kimmy's still wide and open. Melon can just snap pick that up away from the hands of Evil, unless he wants to go a little bit more artillery, but then you're wide open target for Joy.
I think you go for Juicin right here from the side of Kingdom Esports. The Kalia works very well with these kind of majors. The Juicin and also
Ooh.
the Farsa as well. But nope, they're not gonna go for that one. They're gonna go for the Phobias, taking away from Gale once again, counter picking, and also securing the Moskov away from Ven. There's also still a Harry from the side of Team Evil that they can potentially take, but there's also a Kimi. So Team Evil must make this decision wisely. Which one do they go for first?
Yeah. I don't think they'll pick up the Harith because Joy already provides the magic damage.
And also the Phobias that's also in tow. So that's
Yeah.
also something that Team Evil also have to take note.
You want to pick up the high loss right here, then you secure the sort of like zonal potential together with the Baxia. But there will be the Burno
Okay.
up against the Moskov. We've seen this quite a couple of
Same
times.
idea. Big bursty damage, but it's not AoE.
Yeah. Okay, second phase of the bans. Both teams don't have their mages just as of yet. I think artillery mages will be a huge contest for either side. Kimmy definitely will be on the books. Yeef definitely on the books. You also have maybe even Farsa on the books as well. A little bit difficult for Farsa we banned out here
Mm-hmm.
because Kingdom Esports they don't really have anyone on the back line that is wide and open for Farsa's taking as well. They could
Yeah.
also pick up the Valentina for themselves if they want to.
You know what would be really interesting coming off in Team Evil? A Faramis pick coming up from Sayla, right? Sayla.
Cheesy.
Cheesy, you also get your Cult Altar at the same time, but you also provide that damage, that utility which we know Sayla for.
Hey, yo.
Yo,
Check it.
check what?
Valir.
That's cool.
Double tanks. And now Valirs are actually coming up in the Mythic Glory, Mythic Immortal levels. A lot of mid lane players are actually playing the Valir to a lot of success, especially
The
to
swings.
deny the Baxia coming in. Baxia rolls in, you just push him away, and it gives you a lot of time and slows, especially
Yep.
with the utility that you bring as well.
Not only just that, it's also perfect
For
against
Joy.
against
Yeah.
Kingdom Esports as well. Kalia tried to dive you could just purify, and then after that you could just continue on.
But risky play because a lot of
Risky.
teams know how to deal with the Valir.
Definitely risky.
It's just the CC immunity that you have as well as the pushback. It provides a different layer of gameplay. It will be tougher for you to lane wave clear, but
Yep.
with the Kalea, I don't think there's a problem, especially for if you're Kingdom Esports.
Yeah, Team Evil feels like they're gonna take a Juicin instead because you want to counter pick that away from Kingdom Esports. Juicin in the hands of Kingdom Esports is very nutty. You've already given like 3 prior picks if you give the Juicin over to the side of Kingdom Esports.
But you don't have the reach though. You need to be able to create space, especially to save Moskov from himself. Because Moskov is a very, very close range hero. If not, he is one
Alright.
of the closest close range marksmen in the entirety of the game. Bruno can extend his range with the Malefic gun and creates a lot of problem for them as well as healing factor for himself. But they will take out the Kimi instead. So Evil now. They have that pick onto the mage. I think they won't go for the mage first. They want to be able to counteract to the mid lane pressure. So Xela counterpicks a mage against Kingdom Esports to prepare to sort of like have that early game rotation. But no, they will go
Juicin.
for the Juicin.
Yeah, they have to counter pick the Juicin. You cannot afford to give it over to Kingdom Esports. 3 of these prior picks right now. Kingdom Esports, they're lacking in terms of the mages. Yeef can also technically work in this one. You Tsunami Slam right back into the real world manipulation. You can also explore the Vexana as well. Just once a Tsunami Slam cool down, you land your ultimate. You provide a secondary body because especially when you're fighting against Team Evil right now. And also you waste the mana of the Juicin if the attack hits, the passive hits onto the Vixana's ultimate.
I think also Kalea gets an easy access to the back line. I feel like
Mhm.
Kingdom Esports knows that Evil is going to pick up a Gatsu Gacha for themselves.
Yeah,
At
Gatsu
least it
Gacha.
kind of works as well. But Vexana gets picked up alongside of Hayabusa. It's been a long time since I saw personally the Vexana but it kind of disrupts the gameplay with the Eternal Guard too.
Yep, Eternal Guard is something that you really want to bait out. I think that's also rising up as a small little counter against the Juicin. You want to waste her mana, especially when it procs his ultimate. I like the Hayabusa. It provides you with the iframe and access onto the Joy, onto the Bruno, to a certain extent the Juicin as well. Your iframes are too invaluable to waste. And looking at what Team Evo may be going for, since Badang is already banned away, you can also go for a Kacha. So now you got like, you're going back into your regular programming right now. This is the standard Team Evo that you see in game number 1. And yeah, I'm a little bit disappointed. I want to see more cheese picks coming up, but Team Evo is not going to risk it at all, Churros.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I still feel like Evo's draft is a little bit easier to accomplish. You layer in with the Boxer first, and then AOG to block off all the exits and the entrances, and then Joy comes in steamrolling herself with the Rhythm of Joy, and then Bruno and Juicin just comes in from the back line and just free hits. But on the other hand, KE has a lot of dimensions to play with regards to the split push advantages that they have with the Moskov, as well as the Vexana to disrupt the Boxia's rolling. So Vexana shouldn't be a main target for either Boxia or Joy as of in the early game, and they would be able to find a lot of success in the late game.
I think Moskov is the main target right here from the side of Kingdom Esports.
Yeah.
Because Vexana has a very long cooldown in terms of how much damage she can output, unless she has an Eternal Guard up. But we shall see. We're going to go into game number 2, ladies and gents. This is a do-or-die moment, technically speaking, for Kingdom Esports to be able to deliver an upset against Team Evo. The rise of the villains is here. And man, if they win this, they're going to go second place in the seed.
To be honest though, I like what Evo is cooking up. That's gear on the Boxia in the EXP side. Double revitalizes for Powerful and gear as well. So early game pressure down the objectives will be a lot to handle. But look at Bear. Take a lot of damage from gear right off the bat though, and just zoning themselves out of the way. And gear just using the gold creep just to maintain that stacks. You know that the first skill, maintaining the stacks, is one of the hardest things to do when you're in the EXP. And gear creating that space and pressure on top of Phobius or on top of Bear is where it's at, you know what I mean?
It also counts as the sustainability of the Phobius as well. So I really like what Team Evo is really cooking right here. I really agree with you. Sending Baxia all the way up top is a really good thing, but it also makes themselves really predictable right now. You only expect the Baxia to be rolling all the way to the middle portion, which means that for the side of Kingdom Esports, Manic TZ knows that he has a good laning phase. However, he's facing a lane bully, which is the Bruno.
Yeah. I don't think the gold lane should be much of a problem until the 5-minute mark, but we'll be able to see Malik TZ actually join in a lot of the objective fights. This turtle going to be spawning up in the top side of the map in 20 seconds. Now Evo trying to ramp up the aggression. Got a nice little taunt onto FMM. Pop that flicker. Valuable resources wasted from the hands of Kingdom Esports.
Yeah, right now, still a bit of a touch and go, still feeling each other out just a little bit, but they're gearing up for the first turtle fight very, very soon. In terms of ultimate checks, Gear doesn't really have ultimate yet, but looking at Powerful, I think that's the main person that needs the ultimate first, because it's a Gato Kacha, your AOG does really change a lot of things.
Oh, Sayla with the Crimson Beacon.
Oh, there we go. Sayla will be able to pick FMM all the way up. Powerful joining the fight as well. Popping a Revitalize just to peel for the rest of the team. But look at Sayla as a Juicy just picking up the members of Kingdom Esports one by one. Like he's playing a claw machine.
That's what I thought too. That's exactly what I thought. Sayla with the claw just disrupting the team fights, and the Eternal God wasn't
he's
enough.
ongoing as well. Iframes coming up from the side of Loisa just to be able to survive that one. And what a momentum given on the side of Team Evo for now at 2 kills in the early game.
On the bottom side though, Ben dealing a lot of damage from Malik TZ. Just pushing him away from the wave. He might be able to lose out from quite a little bit of key resources on the bottom side. As mid side, Vincent just testing a little bit of damage onto FMM. Still not level 4, still no Tsunami Slam. As Evo up on top with 1k gold lead.
Yeah, still a little bit early right now, but you can start to sense the momentum swinging over to the side of Evo right now. But we're taking a look at the gold lane priority. Definitely Ven does have a better time. Mid lane though, Powerful AOG right in the last moment. Powerful pushing that hero to its limits.
Talk about sliver of health though. Evo just really toying with that. The villains are really shaking up how this match is playing out. Still 1k gold lead. It's anyone's favorite. anyone's game at this point still. But but Sayla on the juice in, just showing a lot of new dimensions to how they want to play it. You talked about the claw, and the claw has been so instrumental and so annoying, especially on the two tanks that are in their face for Kingdom Esports.
Yeah, it makes it so much easier to execute as a juice in right now. Powerful showing himself down in the bottom lane for now. Haskell's already secured by Ben, but Malik TZ is just spreading out the damage. 1v2, no problem from this boy.
Flicker was already used up. I heard the flicker sound, but
Yes,
I think he flickered right
did.
into the wall. So it wasn't a lot of movements right there. I think he was expecting Gear to come down, but Powerful was right there instead.
Yep.
And now, in the end of the day, 30 seconds until the turtle spawns up, looks like the rotations are coming through, especially for the side of Evil. Much more mobile, much more adaptable to the situations that they want to play.
Yep, ultimate checks as well from the side of Team Evil. Everybody has their ultimates as well, so expect a very messy brawl around the turtle pit, Churros.
Early rotations definitely should come from Evil soon, as Ven taking control of the gold lane, making a beeline over to the mid side to funnel himself even faster. But don't forget, Malik TZ still has the SOD, so if he lands that into the turtle fight, the objective will go over the hands of Kingdom Esports. Now Sayla is in question right now. He's holding on to the Crimson Beacon.
Still looking at Gear will do that first. Gear will be gonna slam all the way to the other side. And look at Sailor just picking off FMM right there and then. Gear left on his own devices for now, but still A-OK. He provides so much zone against Team Evil as Vincent secures the turtle for himself.
Is there no way for Kingdom Esports to get even closer, playing on the passive? And I think it's way too much for them to handle. Now Powerful and Gear taking full control of the jungle creeps. This 5-minute mark, they are leaving the EXP lane in favor of protecting Ben and getting him to scale up as fast as he can.
Oh, a decent fight coming up from FMM right here onto Gear, just tagging on its own. But you can start to see Kingdom Esports struggling to land the damage onto Team Evo, Churros.
A little bit more push down the top side. Powerful is there for backup. There versus Vincent and Powerful. Wave slow pushing in as Turtle spawns up in 80 seconds. It does look like Gear is now in the roam position.
True that. Yeah, Powerful is actually sticking all the way top in the EXP lane and Gear. But that's
Remember,
the adaptation, right?
There's the modus operandi. I remember in the first game against King's Vanguard, this is how they like to play. Powerful in the purple buff and then Gear down the orange buff. And now the jungle is in control on the side of Evil.
Yep, 2 roams right there, right? Like when I mentioned, as a goal laner, I'm very happy. I got 2 roams peeling for me, man.
Yeah, like Gear actually finds himself down, playing the roam position.
What am I doing here? Have you ever wondered, have you ever opened the door, walk in the room, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
That's exactly what am I doing here?
Dude, but actually this reminds me of like, okay, now you have the pause 4 and pause 5, and now the EXP side was supposed to be a pause 3, but Gear's job isn't to deal that damage, it's to disrupt your utility. Boxia right now, throwing yourself to pause 4,
Yep.
you also provide the secondary layer of support, especially onto Ven, who needs the extra time and space
Yes.
to really get your core power spikes. And I think this creates that opportunity
Yep.
for Ven to scale up fast.
And I cannot stress this enough. It feels like DPS mages really works very well for Team Evo. It feels like Sayla is very comfortable with this because of how Team Evo likes to play. 3 protect 2.
Yeah, I do have a question for you now.
Yep.
That Vexana and the Eternal God doesn't seem to do too much. Even the Terrify onto the Boxia or the Gato is not enough to take them down or sway them away because
Definitely.
Sayla is always there. So what do you think of the Vexana pick now where we're seeping into the mid game?
I think the Vexana pick is meant to deal damage over to Joy. I think the problem is that there's so much frontliners from the side of Team Evo to basically deal the damage towards the backlines, right? And Juicing is left uncontested right there. But that's where we need Malik TZ to start joining the fight. I'm looking at a very late game centric for the side of Kingdom Esports, but looking at Team Evo, they need to try to snowball in the mid to early game.
Yeah, I think the passive from Vexana should be one of the core factors and defying factors for a lot of these team fights. But at the end of the day, you don't really have a lot of minions to explode to deal the extra bit of damage. Now, Evil, 3 kills to 0, 3k gold ahead.
Hey, we've been
and
here
they're
before.
Ramping up the aggression. Gear is sitting happily in the orange buff. Ven knows they can freely farm because Malik can't even get close into the jungle. Gear's always there.
Look at Gear. It literally, this is having like Team Evo is playing like as if there's double roam. It seems like, oh, nice pick up Tsunami Slam right onto Vincent. That's a shutdown. The first kill given over the side of Kingdom Esports as well. Gear coming in for the flank at the same time. Will be able to crack open in the mid lane for the side of Team Evo. The Eternal God will be landing and Sayla goes into the ultimate form, trying to zone away the members of Kingdom Esports, but the damage has been done. Team Evo takes down the mid lane turret.
A little bit unfortunate for Vincent. He did not know that FMM was there. He was only eyeing on the fact that Louisa was trying to slow clear that top side. Now the T1s up top, mid and bottom are cleared up. Turtle spawns up. You have Vincent right back in action, making beeline towards that turtle. Once they take this out, I think Evo has full control of that turtle of the jungle area.
It's more important for Kingdom Esports to try to do this, right? But Vincent has already activated the ultimate, and that could potentially be a problem for tonight, Team Evo. Not a lot of burst damage anymore.
What can this Hayabusa do? Like, try and go for that backline or take out Scylla, take out Ben process, but Ben is actually on the front line!
FMM getting kicked down by the balls from the side of Evo right now. Not only just that, the turtle also taken down by the side of Team Evo. Kingdom Esports has to scram.
We talk about the villainous death ball. This is what Evo is bringing to the table in the last game. The last game of today. One more win, and they solidify themselves at top 2. AOG lands and try to deny
zoning as well. Vincent goes into the ultimate, try to wave clear as well. Churros, this death ball is looking like a durian getting rolled down, and Kingdom Esports is not going to be able to hold on to it.
Is that a pun towards Baxia, the spiky turtle?
True?
True.
I did not expect that. My puns, I cannot stop them.
To be fair though, this is still in the early game. You have a Moskov in your possession. We've seen how Ven played the Moskov in the previous game. Now the Clock of Destiny already used up. Oh, Tsunami Slam.
That's a pick off right there, but here is that the main target. You can see the amount of commitment by the side of Kingdom Esports. Counting with Jace, FMA Ultimate, Melon Ultimate. These are two massive ultimates that Kingdom Esports used to deal evil.
Look at the trifecta, the triangle that Evo is actually building up. Ven slow clearing up on the turrets. The Venn diagram basically going. So Vincent using Rhythm of Joy, trying to find Louisa, dealing a lot of damage actually.
Oh, but Vincent ultimately gonna get paid the price. AOG right down there to secure that kill. Team Evo may have been a little bit overconfident right there. Kingdom Esports putting a spearhead down the bottom lane.
Does look like Evo has full control of this game in a very dominant performance. 30 seconds into the Lord spawns up. Kingdom Esports 4,000 gold behind of Evo, seeping to 5 as the Malefic Gun built up for Ven. That's a huge power spike from that Bruno. He can hit from that backline safe, but he's not on that backline. He's always in the front and dealing that damage because he knows that his team is there for him.
Churros, remember when Muntan has to nerf the Bruno's attack range? Because of the appearance of Malefic Gun, and now this is a massive power spike. Look at Malik TZ, 2 balls right in the face. He cannot actually join the team fight.
It's a little bit unfortunate for the side of Kingdom Esports. Now they have to figure out a way to make a beeline towards that Lord as Evo trying to psych themselves up to take this major objective. I don't think they can do so. Play a little bit more passively, play towards that high ground.
SOD.
You have that SOD blocked by Powerful. No way he's gonna go in.
Nah, he's not gonna take it unless he's a mad lad. But look, the Kingdom Esports literally delivered the Lord over and the silver platter overside Team Evo. All the objectives, 3 turtles, 1 Lord. It has not have been a good team fight for the side of Kingdom Esports that I would say, yep, that's a good one. But we need to see more going to the later parts of the game.
The way that Malik TZ plays the Moskov is very different from how Ven likes to play. Ven is going all gung-ho, all ham, but Bear!
One more done, and he always has to force the Shadow Kill just to try to get out. He doesn't really have enough
time.
But Ben, the balls track all the way to Malik TZ. Ben, this Bruno is out of control.
Talk about a superhero. Ven wearing that skin to justice as all 3 lanes start pushing in. Ven is just unstoppable at this point. Dealing that damage, 2 balls in, half your health is just gone.
Yeah, the Lord push is already going in. Here comes Powerful with the AOG. Zoning away Melon. Melon has nowhere for him to run. He has to put the flicker at the same time. Vincent will get dragged all the way back, but the damage has to be down for the side of Team Evo. Top side, mid side, already getting siege. Top side already crack open for the side of Kingdom Esports.
Unfortunately, the minions are still going in strong for the side of Evo. Kingdom Esports, they have to find it in them to fight that high ground. The only high ground that they have is maybe the Vexana, maybe even a Moskov, but there's no way in hell that Kingdom Esports is able to step 1 foot out of their base. The moment they do, Evo is right there with the magic of the team fights. The Durin will roll right in your face.
Yeah, Doisa right now has to be the one that's doing the split push, Churros. Malik TZ has no choice but to farm inside within the base. He's the only one that can consistently do the DPS to wave clear. But hold on a second, that's a concealed play, but he gets covered out by Sailor's Lantern.
Evo is in a safe position right now. Still has the T1 mid standing strong, standing tall. The bottom side T1 still standing strong. You have the purple buff in question as well. Taking a look at itemizations, it does look like one more item
no.
until that Bruno really comes online and locked in.
No,
But
he's
right now,
already
the
online.
damage that he's dealing is just twice as much as whatever Malik TZ is trying to dish out. So the burst damage coming in from the Bruno is just too much for Malik TZ to handle. He's already 2,000 gold ahead of whatever this Moskov is having. And take a look at Vincent against Louisa. That is a huge power spike for Vincent. Level 15 against level 13. Struggling to even get any of the resources that Evil, if they're kind enough, leaves behind. The villains are taking everything and pillaging your villages.
Yeah, basically, Team Evil is that one nasty player drinking the last red potion when everybody's dying. Last HP potion, sorry.
Fair. That's what I would do too.
That's what I would do too. If I play Dungeons and Dragons again.
I like that you bring that up because the orange buff just spawned up over the side of Evil, taking that one up as well. 12 seconds till the Lord spawns up. Look at where FMM is.
A bit of a sneaky play coming out though. Opening up the map, but that gives good information. What good can this information give over the side of Kingdom Esports if they cannot actually contest this one?
Yeah, I think they're way too far behind. There's a lot of choke points down the Lord as well. Louisa wants to try for it though. FMM giving a little bit of information.
Timing. Okay, unfortunately will not be able to land. The SOD will miss. Vincent with the red tree secures the Lord for themselves.
My heart, my soul. But Evil actually read that like an open book. They knew where Malik TZ was and trying to deny that from happening. Sure, they gave up that bottom tier T1, but that is because they need to keep that Lord safe. This might be the do all die all. Is FMM giving a little bit more information to where that is. Might be able to proxy that next wave, but I don't think it will help too much.
Yeah, and Ben, don't forget, this is a Rose Gold Meteor. Now he has a lot more defense going against Melon, going up against, to a certain extent, FMM as well, right? But then again, you talk about this siege right now at the bottom lane.
Oh, one hit and Louisa actually taking a huge burst out of his own health.
So much damage though. Here comes FMM. That's going to be a tsunami slam right in, but looking up.
Oh!
The damage coming over the Eternal Guard, coming to True. The turnaround coming on Kingdom Esports, but then again they have a Lord marching down the top side. Bear just unleashing pure hell on 3 packs on Team Evil.
It buys them enough time, but that burst coming in
But
from
the Lord,
Melon's too much. Oh, the base!
So close.
I don't think the minions will be able to do it. The minions will not be enough on the side of the villains. But Evil, though, losing powerful Vincent and Gear, this comes to show that Louisa's damage from the Shadow Kill is just way too much to handle. FMN comes in from the flank, throws it in with the Tsunami Slam, and the damage just came out of nowhere. There's a full barrage of combos from Kingdom Esports that deals that damage in. The only reason that Kingdom Esports was unable to advance was because the Lord was there. They look at their base, it's in shambles, the core just barely standing on strong and then healing everything back up.
Yeah, this is a late game that we're talking about, right? Kingdom Esports is finally picking out the items, especially from the side of Malik TZ, and you can start to realize how easy to execute from the side of Kingdom Esports. If Team Evil stacks like that once again, it is so easy for Melon to land down the Eternal Guard, so easy for Bear to land down the second skill, and then everybody knocks sky high. And don't forget the AoEs of the Vexana.
The AoE wombo combo from Kingdom Esports
Is the one that literally kept them in game.
Yeah, I didn't know where the damage was coming from. Evil
Vexana.
peaked up at 8,000 gold lead after that Lord was taken out. But Kingdom Esports still showed that they still have that damage to take everyone down, especially since everyone was in a line, the stars aligned, and Malik TZ was just free hitting from that back, taking out 2 for themselves too.
Rolling in the deep for now, looking for people in the deep. Will we be able to spell out Bear? Don't quote Adele next time, Jace. Reminder, I need to post it somewhere.
Speaking of which, 30 seconds till the Lord spawns up.
I don't think if you're Kingdom Esports, you contest this. You start to realize that you have the damage, but you really need to catch Team Evil off guard, stacked up together once again. Maybe abuse the Lord timing because Lord actually knocks the enemies up.
Yeah. Or just wait 3 minutes and try to pull Kingdom Esports out, try to fight them in the choke point, because the only reason that I guess Kingdom Esports was able to have an advantage over that was because they were underneath their own base. And now Kingdom Esports equalized the score line. The gold lead negligible at this point, even though it's just 2,000. But Evil, any wrong move, gear goes down.
Yeah.
That is the manpower advantage that Kingdom Esports is looking for. But FMM called him a designer, looking for the right pass, looking for a right angle to find an approach.
Yeah, but I
You're
thought we called
sourcing it
Jay
out.
the designer.
Jay is the architect. That's very different.
What?
A designer is not an
wait,
architect, bro.
Wait, I'm confused right now, but I'm gonna
Hey,
hold on that
designer
thought.
and an architect is fairly distinct.
Okay, I'm gonna hold on that thought right now. We're not gonna talk about career choices right here. Team Evil right now, they have the Lord priority on their side. Sailor has to activate the ultimate. Loisan going for the Shadow Q as well. Goes into Winter Crown. For the side of Sailor to bait it out. Bear getting dragged all the way there. Sony goes wide. No more reinforcement coming off from side Kingdom Esports. And now Team Evil will collapse onto Kingdom Esports, pushing them back.
No Ven, so they're going straight for that Lord. They know they need to play it more defensively and more tactically this time around. Now, Bear gone for 30 seconds, might be able to spawn up very, very soon as Vincent tries to blitz down this Lord. The top side though, Malatizi.
Is this the base race?
It might not be. They don't really have a lot of minions. They're sending Ven back.
Okay, that's UA okay, but hold on a second. You don't see Kingdom Esports paying that back. Team Evil picks up this Lord.
A little bit of a slow approach from Evil, a little bit more tactical, a little bit more patient this time around as Kingdom Esports really starting to hurt, really starting to show. As long as Malatizi doesn't join in the team fights,
Yeah.
Evil will have a really good shot.
That SOD could have been in the favor of Kingdom Esports if it lands, Sheros.
Yeah, dude. I mean, from the back line too, Ven was wide and open. He does have the Wind of Nature, saving it for Malatizi as well as Louisa. So it's just a matter of time for Kingdom Esports, but very patiently and a little bit more defensively. Like a cat, hiding from the rain underneath the shelter. The villains are rocking the water.
I don't know where your analysis is going, man. It feels like a story. It feels like something I can fall asleep to. But Ben,
Ben,
takes a lot of damage from the splash, but he's able to kick down at least the bottom lane turret. Now Kingdom Evil will be trying to focus out. Louisa goes into the Shadow Kill. Doesn't have the Winter Kill. Will be attacked down. Sailor. Then the Ghosts have to proc the Wind of Nature at the same time just to try to survive from the Shadow Kill. FMM right now, a little bit of trouble right here. Vincent on the hunt right here. Kingdom Esports. And the barely still buy sometimes with the sacrifice of FMM.
Man, it's back to square one for both teams. Kingdom Esports again, if they step foot out of the base, they will not be able to take Evil head to head because any choke point that Evil presents itself, it is a disaster for Kingdom Esports.
Yeah.
However, right now, Malatizi does have openings on the top side and the bottom side to be able to get a split push down. Evil has to watch their backs or their six. On the other hand, though, the damage from Louisa is really, really starting to hurt and really starting to show. That was a really close misplay from the side of Sailor, using the Crimson Beacon away from the Shadow Kill, but into the face of Ven, or Ven was trying to dash in to try to relieve the pressure from the Shadow Kill away from Sailor, almost went down in the process.
Yeah, the Wind of Nature coming in really clutch from the side of Ven though. Like Loisa, that RNG landing onto Ven. Ven is forced to proc that. I think that's a one massive item, but now another 50 plus seconds all the way to the Lord. Kingdom Esports, are they able to step out of their base?
Might be so. They actually need that confidence to do so because FFM is doing the Lord's work. Honestly, he's playing that cross-map play. He's trying to buy the rest of Kingdom Esports some time. And if he can, find that flank onto the front line. Because I feel like FMN likes to take out the setups, the tanks, in the form of gear and powerful. But so far, it's not really working out for Kingdom Esports. As much as FMM is very patient, waiting the rushes, giving a lot of information. Evil is just reading him like an open book. He knows the FMM is not right there because he's like, okay, I'm off the radar. He should be in the map. Let's send Sailor to try to find this out because ultimately the Kalea doesn't deal a lot of damage.
Yep, especially when, you know, Sailor opening up the map just like that. I think it makes it so much easier. Don't forget, Gear is also that pseudo front line that also helps Team Evil to also open the map. But now we have to talk about this Lord. It is very impeccable for Kingdom Esports to basically... Is that like a revitalized pop just like that by Gear?
Oh, healing everything.
That's massive.
Oh,
That's
man.
massive though. You could walking into a team fight like this.
You might not know though. You have to block the SOD from that Lord. Louisa is right around the corner, powerful, trying to zone himself out as well.
Yep, Sailor also doing the same. Powerful will be able to meet on top of the Bear as well. Bear goes into the air, goes into Winter Trunkian, but the Shadow Kill. The Wind of Nature coming in a little bit clutch, but Powerful activating onto his own Revitalize. Vincent takes down Bear at the same time. Vincent pushing down Loisa, that makes up a double kill. Winter Trunkian on the side of Melon. It's a cheesy shutdown for the Ven. Ven is going wild on the side of Kingdom Esports as Team Evil marches from the mid lane.
Oh, Tsunami Slam onto Ven though.
Okay.
Has that immortality. Sailor is right there to try to push him away. Ven over the wall!
Atlantic TZ desperately trying to defend at the same time. The splash damage doing God's work onto Vincent. Vincent goes into the immortality.
Oh!
Goes in, sacrifices his life, but to no avail as Team Evil marches down a complete wipeout by Head and Shoulders onto Team Evil. What a beautiful ending to the seeded.
Oh man, a huge sacrificial play from Ven, giving himself up so that he and the rest of the team can confirm take down
Yep.
that Moskov, which is basically the final boss away from the throne.
Yep.
A clean sweep for Evil. This is
Beautiful.
2-0 on their score lines. Let's take a look at the points though. So, starting off with 7 points at the start of the game, earning 3 points because of a clean sweep. They are now second in the bracket. Later on, we'll be able to show the graphics, but
Yep.
right now, it just goes to show, starting from the bottom, now we're here.
So I'm brought my hip. Literally, like if I can actually show you the before and after
But to be
graphic.
fair, low sample size because they only played like 3 games.
Yeah, but then again, you start to see this is a very solid Evo that we're talking about. This is basically the playoff buff. And you know, Youngin actually popped into my stream last night, and he said he got a feeling that Evo's going to 2. Oh, hey, there you go. Coach
There we
Youngin
go.
is right.
He's got 4-0 today.
Yeah, they got
Actually,
4-0.
literally. Man, that was a heck of a game. Just constant back and forth. Out of every single game, Evo really showed up this time, showing strong adaptations to their gameplay. So showing that they have that patience, they have that discipline, they have the sacrificial mind to give themselves up for the greater good.
Yep, Ben really deserving that play, man. But you gotta have to give credits, man. Malik TZ, there's a chance where Malik TZ could have just, do something right there and defended everything against what Team Evil gave. But like when they mentioned, Ven coming in clutch, Vincent as well, just proccing the immortality, just coming in really well against Kingdom Esports. So basically give the final nail onto Neji's head.
Yeah, to be fair though, all the kills were funneled onto Vincent and Ven, but it doesn't really tell the whole story. Gear at 0-2-4, Sayla 0-1 and 10, Powerful 0-2 and 10. Look at how Sayla in the early game, having that claw, just lifting everyone up, throwing them into the little bit of arcade, and I think it was just immaculate play from Gear, Sayla, and Powerful. It just doesn't tell the entire story. I feel like the MVP definitely has to go to Ven at the end of the day. From the early game into the late, it was just Ven being such a nuisance towards the entire side of Kingdom Esports. But not counting Kingdom Esports just as out as of yet, they played a heck of a game. It was a really phenomenal performance, especially from FMM to buy a lot of time, 21 minutes worth of time, in fact, especially from the late game onwards. Mag TZ slowly showing up and snowballing through to that late game and dealing that damage and trying to find an angle for that split push.
I feel like Team Evo really found the perfect composition right here. I feel like for the past few days in MPL Singapore Season 9, the regular season, they're struggling, right? You still feel like they're experimenting right before our eyes. But today, they woke up, they put on their boxing gloves, and they fought.
Yeah.
And they really win this one, and I would say a little bit more convincingly as compared with what we've watched for the past few weeks.
Convincingly.
What's next? The Venn diagram again?
I'm trying to find puns for this, but
Please.
huge congratulations to Evo, the villains.
Nothing.
Man. Ven as Bruno, MVP of the game, 5-1 and 4, 17,000 total goal with 64% kill participation, dealing so much and doing so much at the end of the day. Coming into Singapore and being a new team, trying to adapt to the playstyles of the rest of the Singaporeans, I think it's no easy feat. And this really goes to show that he is a really strong contender, especially in the gold lane.
Yeah,
Vanix has to watch out.
Yeah, and don't forget, this is like, you remember when we talked about this, right? Today, Team Evo showed a very different side. Like, they're showing new hero picks that we don't expect. They're also showing that a very different play style that we don't expect. You see how they've grown so much, and it makes me really happy for them, right? It makes me feel like that I missed this because he was a Team Evo fan as well.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, he wasn't here to see it casting beside us, right?
Yeah, there'll be tomorrow as well, though. A lot of teams are facing up against the community teams in the not seeded stage, the challenger stage.
Yeah, the challenger stage will be facing each other.
Challenger stage. Oh yeah, because they already faced up against the challenger teams, and then there'll be the last chance qualifiers. Oh, unfortunately though, we won't be able to see the teams that are making it to the playoffs play tomorrow.
Yep.
It's gonna be the final last relegated team down to the last chance qualifiers, LCQ.
Yep.